Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to AriesEDC from the shop. We are picking up on the bloom builds. In this video, I am hoping that we can get all three of these. These are, just as a reminder, are the stainless AEB-L blooms finished, as far as at least getting the handles done and the sheaths started. These are the sheaths that I pressed for the 380 CRV2 blooms, which I need to get started on this morning. The reason I'm not going to work on these is because I had the live stream this morning and I want to work on these during the live stream. I'm hoping that I can get all of these glued up during the live stream. What do I have to do on these is basically I need to angle the fronts and then hand sand them all out to what the finished look is going to be, and then I can go glue these all up. These are pretty much ready to be glued up. I just got to do the fronts on all three. So these guys are looking pretty good. For those of you who are new, this is a jute micarta with black liners with black pins, the forest green jute micarta with black liners and black pins, and the midnight black jute micarta with gray liners and gray pins. So I think that's going to look pretty cool. And I've also got the sheaths. So I got the OD green, the red, and the black sheath, which I'm going to be working on the 80 CRV2 blooms, which I tell you what, let's go check those out. I have them in the room, as well as I glued up all the beads, which is kind of interesting. Maybe you guys want to see that. So just these are the 380 CRV2 blooms. I have the blades taped up because we are still working on the sheaths. You have the Sedona with the white liners and white pins. Basically, this jute micarta is like a tight burlap. It looks kind of cool. So those other three are going to end up looking like this once it's all said and done. So then you have the raw jute micarta with the red. Looks kind of cool. And the Castile with the OD green. So this is going to get the OD green sheath. This is going to get the red sheath. And this one's going to get the black sheath. I didn't really have any colors and Kydex. I just didn't have anything. So we're just going to go simple, keep it black. But, so these guys are all pretty much done. I just have to get those sheaths going. But I just glued up all the beads. So I got all 6 beads glued up in this contraption that I have here. I have my 1, 2, 3 blocks just squeezed, and I have all the beads being glued up right now. This method isn't great, but it's working. Definitely there's probably a better way, and I'll figure it out. But I use the 1, 2, 3 blocks, a big bolt, and I can do multiple beads at one time. So it's just basically the same material that I'm using for all the handles. I'm going to do beads for each of individually one of these. So those are drying. These are ready. So I guess I'll go get started on some sheaths. All right, guys, so the live stream went well. I was able to glue these up, and quite honestly, I got these glued up, and I got 1, 2, 3 sheaths done for the 80 CRV2 blooms. So that is awesome. I need to do the little finger whoopsie on these. And these are all looking really, really good. I need to clean up the red one. It got a little dirty, but I need to do the little thumb ramp on all of these. And I think we are good to go. I need to polish these a little bit too. I need to polish the edges and then do the little thumb ramp. And those three are good. These are actually already dry, which is really, really cool. Oh no. I'm not happy with that, but I might have to remove some material. Uh-oh, the pin moved. Uh-oh, all right, so already I'm starting to see an issue. So the pin moved and sunk down in there, so I'm gonna have to remove some material to get that. That's not gonna be fun, but oh well, it is what it is. I missed that when I glued it all up. It is what it is now, but everything is glued up nice. So far, this one looks fine. Oh yeah, pop right off. Pop right off. So these are all good. So I can get started on these and come on. Ta-da. All right, awesome. That blue is gonna look ridiculous. So really happy. Making great progress. We are on our way. So these I have to take to the grinder, start removing all this excess material, and then start rounding it off, cut the pins off, and then, yeah, then I can start rounding everything off and getting these into a really good spot. Man, yeah, everything lined up pretty well. I need to get some of this glue off. And see how that works, but everything looks pretty good so far. I'm not seeing any major issues except for that. That's annoying, but I can fix it. But I think the first thing I'm going to do is do the thumb ramp on these because that won't take very long, and then maybe jump on the grinder for just an hour or so this afternoon and get these going. I think we're looking really, really good. Progress is good. All right, so we got everything on a diet. I got everything lined up. All of that looking spectacularly clean. So now I need to, obviously, we're going to start rounding all of this off. And I start on the grinder just to remove as much material as I can. And then the rest of it, it's done with the hands. I did try to thin this out. That's just going to be a lot of handwork, I think, at this point, unfortunately. And tried to even everything out, but you can get a chance to see where we're going with these. They're going to look pretty stinking cool, looking really good. So time to hit the grinder and start rounding all this off. Well, I think we're looking pretty darn good. I got them roughly rounded, very rough, and the rest of it I can do by hand. Actually, I'm going to take the Dremel to this in the finger well and get that refined a little bit, and then the rest of it we do by hand. I did get that smoothed out, so I think we're looking really stinking good. These I'm excited about getting them cleaned up. I'll put them on screen, Scott. So the rest of it is all going to be done by hand, and we are looking really, really, really good. So I'm excited about getting these finished up. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what to say because I'm making really good progress. Really, I'm pretty happy with these. What I need to do is clean these up and go oil them. But before I do, I want to take the tape off, get a good look at them. There's the Black Midnight Jute Micarta with the gray pins. Again, this is just straight from sanding. I haven't oiled them or cleaned them up, so I need to wipe everything down with acetone and then maybe clean up a little bit of glue residue that's on some of the blades, right down in here, that little bit. But yeah, we're looking good. Let's see. There we go. That off. Blue Jute Micarta. Yeah, that looks good. Black liners. Yeah, that's looking really good. All right, and this, I forgot what they call it. Forest green? I'm calling it forest green. But yeah, and then that sunken in pin, you don't even know which one it was. So it all came out really pretty good. Oh, so comfortable. That's so important to me, that this area where your index finger goes is comfortable when you get it and it's balanced. Like, I want that to be super balanced in your hand right there, so that, you know, you're right there, it's very light and everything is balanced well. Pinch gripping is perfect. You're up here, make whatever cut you need to do. 3 finger, 4 finger, it doesn't really matter. I guess it depends what you're using it for. This is EDC, so I guess, I don't know. You need to break down a box? Okay. You need to cut a strap? Okay. Are you gonna go hog crazy bushcrafting, batoning this through wood to make fire? No, you're probably not. But this isn't designed for that either. But the blooms are looking good. I'm gonna go get these cleaned up and oil them down. All right, guys, I got them cleaned up, looking pretty good. So now I'm going to do the linseed oil just like I did on the AriesEDC TShirts. Again, I'm just using this boiled linseed oil. I'm gonna just rub it on, if I can get this open, and then let them sit for a couple hours. Let that oil really sink into all the material. Again, micarta is basically a fiber-based material, so all of this is a fiber of some kind. So let's go to town. Oh yeah, so that brings out the material. It's good for the G10 too. I mean, it doesn't hurt to put it on the G10. So just put it everywhere and let it do its magic. Doo-doo-doo. I might need some more on this Q-tip. All right. Yeah, what do you think of that? That's gonna look pretty cool. So I'll put that down, get a little bit more for the next one. And we'll do it again. All right. So we're gonna do all of these, make them look really good. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, it really brings the colors out and it protects it. So it does two different things. It brings the color out in the micarta, as you can see, but it also is a layer of protection. The oil protects the fibers and everything in the material. So it's kind of twofold, you know, and then after this soaks for a little while, then I'll do the final coating with like Wicked Wax or one of those things. My hands are shaking like crazy. Stop shaking. And that will be the final coating, and it also protects the blade, or it protects the handle material. So it's a twofold thing. Yeah, so good stuff. And I really like the way that this works. I use this on all natural materials because it really does do a great job. Look at that. Yeah, kind of hard for me to film and because the lighting in this room is not great, but I think you guys get the idea. I can't wait. I'm going to put all these next to each other, get some photos, because these and then the other three all together gonna look pretty stinking cool. So I'll be posting some pictures of these on my Instagram or in the channel members first, my Patreon and my channel members first, and then on the Instagram and community post here on YouTube as well. But wow, look at that. Yep. Alrighty. Woo. All right, guys. So I'm going to let these soak and I'll check back in with you guys in an hour or two. Well, I've been waiting a long time to see all of these together, and we're about to see them. If you are on my Patreon or a channel member here on YouTube, you've seen a picture of these all together. But just for you guys here, this video is going to come out way after I release that photo. And here we go. Oh yeah. Whew, you know, there's nothing better. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still have a lot of work left to do, but for me, when I get to see all of my work sitting next to each other, this gets me excited, because through this process, this is what I envision. I envision the finished products. I envision seeing them all together and what it's going to look like. But when I finally do, this is so rewarding. And I will leave these sitting out here until they sell. And every day I'll come out and I look at them and I appreciate the work and the time that I put into each one of these to make it look the way that it looks. And on top of that, I've actually put an edge on the Sedona that has a sharpened, and the Castile has been sharpened as well. So these two are pretty much done. I just got to get the bead and the lanyard put on these, one final oiling or waxing of the handles, and these two are done. I'm gonna need to sharpen this one, and these three I need to start the sheaths. So again, you have 80 CRV2. These three are all in 80 CRV2, and these three are all in AEB-L. So they are looking really good. I can just bask in this all day, but there's still work to be done. I think, let's see, the first thing I need to do is probably start cutting the Kydex and start pressing these. Once I get all three pressed, then I can knock out those sheaths like I did for the 80 CRV2 ones, which I've already put straps on them and they're all looking good. So, and I did the little thumb ramps on them also. So, man, I hope you guys appreciate this. I hope you guys are ready for the drop. I hope they are successful and they sell well. I don't know, getting a lot of feedback on these guys, especially actually all three. Well, these two people have seemed to like the most. Not getting a lot on this, but I kind of like that color combo, and that micarta looks really, really good. So anyway, we'll see which one will be left to dangle there in the store. It might be this one. Who knows? Or it might be this one. Or I don't know. It might be the blue one. Probably not. I know the green one has somebody looking at it. And this Sedona, the orange-red color that some people keeps calling it orange, I think that's going to be popular. And I think that will be one of the first ones to go. So, love it, love it, love it. All right, guys. So I got all three of the stainless ones pressed out and ready to start putting those together. So I'm going to be doing that. I don't need to show you guys that. I'm just going to come back and they are going to be magically done. But also just a quick update. The three AEB blades have now all been sharpened and they are all looking really, really good. Yeah, look at that edge. Kind of, sort of, maybe get it in there. So we got a nice edge on all three of these. They are nice and sharp. You see that was like no pressure whatsoever. So they're all nice and slicey, ready to go. So these three, all I need to do for these three is the beads and the lanyards, and I can call it a day for these. And then these, I need to do the sheaths. So I need to do the sheaths first. I think I'm going to get all these sheaths done. And then I'm slowly going to get the beads. And then I got to sharpen these three. So no pressure at all. I have time. But I want to get this video out too. So I think tomorrow morning, I'm going to have some time. I'm going to try to knock out these sheaths pretty fast. And then maybe if I have time, because I'm going to out there and be dirty, then I can just knock out the beads. But actually, I need to go get more sandpaper. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. But anyway, I'll at least start sharpening maybe sometime. And I'll check back with you guys and see where we're at. So let me get to work. Well, all right, guys, I got all the beads done. So we got the Sedona, the Midnight Black, the Admiral Blue, the Castile, the Raw, and the Forest. So I got all the beads done. Basically, they're the same as the handle materials, so awesome. So I have sharpened the 380 CRV2, and all that's left now is to sharpen the 3 AEBs and put the lanyards on them. I think the raw jute micarta is going to get the red paracord. Obviously black is going to go on the Sedona, the what is this, the Juniper, and the Admiral Blue is all going to get black. The Midnight Black is going to get gray paracord, and I'm going to do something fun for the Castile. I'm going to do a little bit of this for that one. I think that's going to look pretty stinking cool, but that will be on the next one. I'm going to finish this video up, and I'm going to get to sharpening and then tying these lanyards on, and we're going to be done. These will be available the last week in February 2025. If you're watching this, I have not picked a date. I do have prices. These three are going to be, I think I'm looking at $175 for these three. and these 3 will be $225 on the Etsy store, link in the description of this video. So I have a couple things I need to do just to get these cleaned up, and then I'm going to sharpen these 3 and they will be done. Whoo, man, what a great month. And then I'm going to be opening the books up, so I'm going to see what you guys come up with. That's going to be happening very, very soon as well. So better get to work. I have a lot left to do on these guys, but I'll catch you guys up when they are all finished on the next video. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment, or not. Again, the choice is always yours.